Alrighty boys, today I'm going to be sharing with you what is the best SMMA outreach channel heading into 2025, especially in this trust recession that we are in. So I'll be ranking them all for you to share with you which one is best, and also sharing with you a bit of insight onto each one of the channels, sharing some of the pros and cons to give you more in-depth understanding of why each channel is going to be in its respective category. So without further ado, let's dive right in. So first things first, Facebook and Instagram DMs. Now, here's the deal. If this was 2018 or 2019 or 2020 or 2021, this would be S tier, okay? Zuck hadn't cracked down on the bans. You could send unlimited DMs. You wouldn't get restricted. There was no request folder. There was no shadow bans. There was none of this bullshit that we have to deal with now. However, nowadays, you get limited and restricted with the amount of messages you can send. On Facebook, you can barely even just send a message alone. In Instagram, you can send a message, but not only will you be put in the request folder, you'll be put in the hidden request folder. So the person has to go through 2 steps to even just see your message, let alone to get them to reply. And so for this very reason, and the fact that Zuck could just one day wake up and decide he doesn't like you and ban your account, I'm putting this in the C tier. It's really not that good anymore. You have no control over what happens. Everybody has been flooding this over the past couple of years, and therefore there's so much volume that no matter what your message says, it's just so hard to stand out, because at the end of the day, all you are is a little profile picture with a few text messages. It's hard to differentiate yourself with this certain outreach channel. That is why Facebook and Instagram, in my opinion, is in the C tier. You could even make an argument for it being in the D tier, but for now, we'll leave it here, okay? Which brings us to the next one, which is a dove. If you don't know, back in the olden days, you used to give these doves your letters and they would go fly away with them. This is obviously fucking S, just kidding, D tier. Don't ever do this, okay? Cold email. Here's the deal. Cold email is good, but it's only good if you know how to use it properly. And the catch is, most people don't know how to use cold email properly, right? They just think that cold emailing is getting a bunch of emails and just spamming them and hoping people say yes. But there's a lot more to it. Cold emailing of itself is kind of like an art. And it's very similar to cold DMs. But once again, people get so many emails, and now you have no profile picture, you have no followers, you have no account for somebody to look at. And so your copywriting is a huge factor in how good cold email will work for you, okay? But if you're good at cold email, and I'm going to say for the general consensus of SMMA, cold email is around that A to B tier in my opinion, okay? It's not insanely good to where everyone should do it, but if you can get good at it, it's definitely a good way to semi-automate. And I say semi-automate because you still have to respond to all your leads timely. There's still a lot of active stuff you have to do with cold email. There's a lot of software and tech setup, so there's a bit of friction into actually getting it started, which is why, in my opinion, it's not yet an A. It's in B, but it could be close to being an A, okay? Which brings us to LinkedIn. LinkedIn outreach. Now, I've seen a lot of people talk about this over the past couple of years. It's kind of died down a little bit now. But LinkedIn outreach can be really good if the right audience is there. For example, if you work with local hair salons, the odds that they're going to be on LinkedIn is almost 0. So therefore, I would put it in D. However, if you work with very high net worth individuals that take a lot of pride in having their careers on LinkedIn, say maybe a surgeon, I'm not sure, or a lawyer perhaps, or a realtor, LinkedIn is actually a very good mechanism to sign clients because, 1, there's less competition, 2, the platform in and of itself is already very professional, and so it's already very business oriented, and so when someone pitches you, they're kind of expecting that because that's what LinkedIn is kind of for in the first place. Right? And so it's not as intrusive as messaging someone's personal account because they kind of understand LinkedIn is for business. Not to mention, you can also start to connect with a bunch of people. And when people see you have a bunch of connections of people they're connected to, they inherently trust you more. And I just so found out when I ran my agency a couple of years ago, one of my daily to-do lists was connect with 20 people every single day in my niche. And sure enough, most people would connect with you. Why? Because they like to have more connections because it makes them look better. And guess what? Now I start to have a bunch of connections all over the place within my niche, and so when I would message someone, I would message them and see, 10 plus mutual connections, and so they would already look at me and go, oh, how does this guy know this person, that person, this person, that person? He must know something, he must be kind of cool. And therefore it gives you this bit of rapport and this step up that you don't really get on platforms such as Facebook or Instagram or cold email, etc. And so for that very reason, I'm putting LinkedIn as A tier if you have the right niche. Okay, the only reason why it's not an S tier is still due to some of the restraints, right? Due to some of the complexities and due to the nature that it's still just an outreach channel that you have to DM. And I find DMs, it's very hard to scale them because you have to make multiple accounts and then you have to restart all from scratch with all your followers, all your connections, all your limits, etc. And so for that very reason, it's hard to put any of these DM channels in S tier because it's just so hard to scale them. Even when you have VAs, right? Even when you have VAs, now you got to have proxies and have VPNs, and there's so much stuff that goes into this that I just can't be bothered to put any single DM outreach into S tier anymore because of all the complexities that come with it, and even trying to scale is a nightmare. Alrighty, so that's LinkedIn. Good though if you have the right niche, but once again, if you have the wrong niche, it's in D tier. So A for now. Which brings us to Loom Outreach. Here's the thing: is Loom Outreach back in the day was solid. It was good because no one had done it. Except now, here's the problem, is a lot of people have done Loom Outreach to the point where people are kind of catching on. And people know when stuff is AI generated. Also, there's a lot of hesitancy on people randomly clicking a link of a Loom you send them. And so Loom Outreach, I think, is good if you do it in the right context. What most people do is they just send a Loom out the gate that's automated, that's kind of half shitty, that no one really cares about, and they get no responses, which is not the right way to do Loom Outreach. If you're going to do Loom Outreach, the way I do it is either personalize all your messages and then give value, or get a response from someone first and then make a Loom personalized to what it is you're talking about, giving them value. The problem is no one actually does that, and so for that reason, Loom is in the I'll put it in B because I like it better than Facebook and Instagram because people can see your face, they can hear your voice, etc. And so if you're good at presenting to a certain extent, you might have a bit of a better time with Loom. But once again, really not that good. I wouldn't recommend anyone do a Loom. Which brings us to my favorite. I'll share with you why, which is cold calling. Cold calling is S tier, without a shadow of a doubt. Now, here's the deal. Cold calling is by far the most time-intensive and also the hardest. But that's also why it's the best, right? Because with cold calling, you get to see the results the fastest. You take all the ownership, right? No one can just stop you from dialing. It's you and your phone. You can dial as much as you want. No one can just sit there and stop you and ban you. You just buy a new phone or whatever the case is, which is very rare anyways, right? So you can keep dialing. Therefore, a lot of it is in your control, which I like when running a business. I want the variables to be in my control, right? But outside of it, even just being in your control, you have the fastest feedback loops. When you call someone, you know right away whether that's a yes or a no. With a DM, it might take them a day, a week, or even months to get back to you. And so if you're kind of unsure. With a cold call, you know right in that very moment if it was yes or no. And therefore, your feedback loops are so quick, are so fast, so you understand what you're doing right and what you're doing wrong, which allows you to tweak and reiterate and then keep making changes based off of that. So you could cold call 100 people right now and know exactly what you're doing wrong. For the next 100 people you cold call, change that and do better. So the feedback loop is so fast, which allows you to progress so much faster than any other outreach channel, which allows you to see results quicker. Which is why it's by far the best channel. It's also super easy to scale because once you get good at cold calling, all you have to do is just hire people in, teach them what you trained yourself to do, and then get them to replicate that. Right? You don't need to sit there and buy aged accounts with thousands of followers and warm them up. No, you just give someone your script, teach them how to use it, and get them to hit the phones. Right? It's by far the best outreach channel if you're a beginner and even if you're advanced because of the scalabilities with the team. Right? You don't really hear of, even Hermosi talked about how he built a cold calling team. You don't hear him talking about how he built a DM setting team because it's hard to scale. There's so much complexity. There's so many other nuanced things with that. Right? And so for that very reason, also business aside, what's the most fundamental skill in human life, in society? Well, it's communication, right? And cold calling will teach you how to communicate better. And what's is just a sales call, but you don't look at the person. And as a matter of fact, I would argue if you could call a random stranger who has never heard of you, who's never seen you, who won't see you, right, and convince them to do something you want them to do and they say yes, I would argue that in and of itself it's selling. It's selling them on the idea, it's selling them on the appointment. But I would argue if you could do that, selling them on buying your service should be even easier because now they see you, now they can trust you, now they can start to get to know you, and now you're selling them something they actually want. I would argue that is actually easier easier to do, right? So for that very reason, cold calling is S tier and by far the superior SMMA outreach channel for anyone else, right? For anyone else. And so I'll also mention, if you are someone who wants to scale your agency, right, by either cold calling yourself or building a cold calling team, I will partner with you and help you sign your first or next SMMA client in the next 7 days by building a cold calling team for you, by partnering with you. So if you want that, click link below and you can check that out. Okay? Anyways, back to this. We got 2 more to go through. We're not going to talk about this one. We're going to talk about the last 2, which lead magnets. Okay? Lead magnet itself isn't really an outreach channel. It's more of a mechanism of doing outreach. I thought I'd put it in here because I think it's D tier. I think it is horrible because most people's lead magnets suck. The idea of lead magnets is you're supposed to give somebody value in exchange for information, etc. The problem is most people put such little time into a lead magnet that the lead magnet sucks. And they wonder why everyone they message doesn't take them up on the lead magnet offer. It's because your lead magnet sucks because you put no time into it. And so lead magnets, don't do them. It's not worth your time. You're better off just pitching people rather than trying to convince them to use your shitty little product that doesn't actually do anything for them, which actually lower your perceived value in their mind because they're like, this wasn't even that good. And you're like, well, I didn't want it to be that good because I didn't want to put that much effort into it because no one replies. And you can see the cycle that goes down. Okay. Last outreach channel is group outreach channel, right? So whether this is school, whether this is Discord, whether this is Facebook groups, the idea of just a community outreach channel, which is where you go into communities. Now, school itself is a D because they've cracked down. You cannot send more than like a couple DMs. People can report you super easily. School itself is a D. However, group outreach channel, I would put in an A or a B because what you can do is once you're already inside of a group like this, people have this inherent trust of people they're in groups with. And so when you message them and they can see that you're from the same group, they have this kind of trust built up. Now, granted, you have to say the right messages, but if you can do that, group outreaches can definitely be better than, lead magnets, than DMs. And I would put it in the same bucket as cold email and Loom. And as a matter of fact, you could argue that Loom and community outreach could go very well together hand in hand. Right? And so, once again, it does depend on the platform, right? Facebook, you could argue, would be higher ranking than school, and Discord maybe lower ranking, etc., etc. I only have one here just to demonstrate. So, school itself would be down here, but communities would be in the B or C tier. Alrighty? So, that is that. That is my SMMA tier ranking list. And then there's also one thing I didn't add in here, okay? There's one that I didn't put in here, which is ads. Okay, ads is obviously S tier. Okay, let's just make sure.